Abbie, I love you more than anything in this world. You are like no one else. You are my best friend, my adventure buddy, my compass. You are my strength. From the first night we hung out, the first time I saw your smile, stared into your eyes, I loved you. You push me from my comfort zone, make me a stronger, better, more cultured person. You help me through the times when I doubt and humble me when I get big-headed. Since day one, staying out all night, swimming, warming our bums over the fire, and walking home from Denny's at 6 in the morning, to exploring a world I had never dreamed of visiting, in countries I couldn't communicate in, seeing hundreds of years of history, fighting sheep for the use of hiking trails, sitting on the edges of mountains to watch the sun rise and set over the most beautiful landscapes, to actually pushing me to go out and fish, or explore, or hike, or just take a walk. The reason we have the fun we do is because you make sure it happens. And each and every adventure we take, no matter how big or how small, I end up falling in love with you all over again, because you make every moment more beautiful. I promise to not take life so seriously, to not need to plan every moment, to accept that sometimes shit happens, when we miss the ferry or when COVID shows up, to not stress that all of our plans are ruined, but to take it in stride and find new opportunities for adventure, to discover Viking hieroglyphics on the side of the road, or have a small intimate wedding with the people we love most. Because in the end, it will all work out just fine. I promise to raise our kids together, side by side, to teach them your strength, your compassion for others, and your passion for life, to help them accomplish all that they can. I promise to not make jokes at your expense, but to build you up, to help you shine, to encourage you in all that you do. I vow to always follow you wherever your path leads, to support you when you need help, and to help guide you forward when you find your path obstructed. I vow to give you space when you need it, and to wrap you in my arms and never let go when you don't. I vow to love you through sickness and in health. I vow to listen more and be present, to not be distracted by life, but to live in the moment with you. I vow to talk more, to not keep my thoughts and feelings inside, deep and buried, but to let them out. I vow to cry, to not hide things inside and dwell on them, but to open the door and let you in. I vow to let you help me, especially when I don't think I need it, because you know me better than I know myself, and I need your help more often than even you know. Words alone can never do it, so I vow to spend the rest of my life showing you how much I love you, day after day, until the end of time. Forever and always, Abbie. I love you.
Now you decide to play. That works. Just gonna bounce off. Oh, nice. Oh, forgot about it. Wow.
The first night I met you, my stomach dropped. I assumed with that pretty face you would already be taken or you'd be out of my league. I was so determined that night. I spent till dawn trying to get to know you, went on a 2 a.m. swim trying to impress you, and broke my 6-year fast food strike just to have breakfast with you. I fell in love with you that first night we met, and after that, my love just continued to grow for you. But the day I agreed to get a dog with you was really the day I knew we would be together for the rest of our lives. To the surrounding world, we just looked like two dumb kids making a reckless decision to get a dog way too soon. But to me, that was the day we agreed to commit to each other and start our own family. I vow to be a supportive listener, and I vow to sit and listen with you when silence is all that's needed. I vow to force your emotions out when you're keeping them hidden. I vow to be open and vulnerable with you. You've been there for all of my wonderful moments, and you've been there for the times when I really struggled. And I vow to be there for all of your moments, good and bad. I vow to never let you sleep on the floor, literally and figuratively. I vow to push you towards your personal goals and support your dreams. I vow to be the dreamer when you can't dream, and I vow to be the realist when your dreams take you too far from the ground. I vow to be gracious and thankful for the things you do, from washing dishes to building us a home. I vow to appreciate and return the effort you put into this union. I want you not to sweat the small things in life, and I vow to help you de-stress and find ease and happiness in this world, as you've already done that for me. I vow to cherish the time we get to spend together, whether it's at home or across an ocean. I vow to be there in your times of grief and struggle, and I vow to stay by your side in our times of joy and strife. I vow to laugh with you every day, no matter how good or bad that day was. I vow to be the one that gets to stay up late with you giggling all night, or that goes to bed with you at 7 p.m. I vow to be the one that gets to snuggle through dawn with you, and I vow to be the one lying next to you when we get woken up before sunrise by our dogs and one day our kids. I vow to be your partner in all of the entireties of our adventures, the big and the little. And I vow to stay dedicated and faithful to you, to prioritize this union and family we've built. I vow to stay by your side and support you as time ages us. No matter what life throws at us, I vow to love you with my whole heart and soul, forever and always.
Laugh when people tell a joke, otherwise you might make them feel bad. Laugh when you look into a mirror, otherwise you may feel bad. Laugh when you make a mistake. If you don't, you're liable to forget how ultimately unimportant the whole thing really is. Laugh at anything pompous, at anything that needs to puff its way through the life and robes and titles. Laugh with small children. They laughed at smashed bananas on their faces, mud in their hair, a dog nuzzling their ears, the sight of their bottoms as bare as silk. It renews your perspective. Clearly nothing is as bad as it could be. And all those things are hilarious. Laugh at situations that are out of your control. When the dog jumps through the window screen to chase a squirrel, laugh. When the best man forgets the rings, when the maid of honor loses the veil, when the officiants forget what they are supposed to say, sit down and laugh a while. When you find yourself in public in mismatched shoes, laugh as loudly as you can. Why collapse in mortal agony? There is nothing you can do to change the things right now. Besides, it's funny. Ask me. I've done it.
And now, by the power invested in me, I now pronounce you husband and wife. You may now kiss the bride. Family, I'd like to introduce you to, for the very first time, Justin and Abigail Pearl.
No, I got.
Yeah.
Leave two for Abbie.
you.